Hello, I thought that it would be a good time to tell you all about my trip to Tokyo. I took a day off. I told a couple people I was going to update yesterday, but I was just so tired. The trip was awesome and it totally exhausted me, so I didn't really have the energy to put forth in telling all of this and then typing my blog and posting the pictures. So I'm going to do all of that today, starting right now with this video. So I'm keeping my promise of doing things, being diligent. Okay, so Tokyo was fantastic. I loved every second of it. I don't know where to start. So I guess day one. Day one, we had the closing ceremony on Friday. Then a couple hours after the ceremony, you saw the video I made. I posted it. We left immediately for Tokyo. We took the Shinkansen, which was awesome because that was my first Shinkansen ride. And that was one of those quintessential Japanese things that I just had to do. And it was so bizarre because you're on this train, but I honestly felt like I was in an airplane. And I could swear we were taking off at one point, and Kyle even said the same thing. And they had like girls with trolleys, like with snacks and drinks on them. It was like a full-on airplane experience. But the Shinkansen got us to Tokyo in 2 hours. Then we found our hostel, which was JGH Tokyo. Awesome hostel. I loved it. The rooms, I mean, I've never stayed in a hostel before, so I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to expect, but it was better than I expected. We got a private room, and they thought that we had booked it for 4 people for 3 nights instead of 3 people for 4 nights. So we had a 4-person room, so there was like an extra bed in there, but we just kind of put our luggage on it. But the beds were built into the wall in this really weird way. I don't know. I'm posting pictures of it on my journal, but Natalie said that it was like being in a treehouse, and that was probably the perfect way to sum it up. It was like I felt like a little kid, like I was hanging out in this fort every night. It was really cool. And the owners, the man and the wife, Maxon, and I can't remember the wife's name, and I feel really bad about that, but they were amazing. And Maxon's wife made breakfast every morning except for one, and it was fantastic. This woman is incredible. These breakfasts were they were huge for one, and they had so many different things. Like, there had to be like 9 or 10 different things on the plate. So you got like all kinds of different flavors. Plus, besides the plate and with the omelet and all the sides, we also got a bowl of rice and a cup of soup every single morning. And that was great because not only was that hostel super cheap, but it saved us a lot of money. So, we got a nice big breakfast in the morning, and we weren't like starving as soon as we woke up. We didn't need to go buy breakfast. It was part of the room rate, which was I think it came to something like 15 bucks a night, each of us. So it was really amazing. So, yeah, that first night we didn't really go out and see Tokyo. We just came to our hostel and stayed there. We just wanted to be settled in before we went out exploring the next day. So then the next day was our first day actually to go to Tokyo. But first we went to Akihabara, which is a really close by city to Tokyo, and it's like the electronics capital. And it's known for being like the place to go for electronics. They have the newest, most top of the line everything. They have these plazas just full of just electronics. I mean, full on, think of the biggest mall by your house, and then think of every single store in there just being another type of electronic that they just have the most top of the line stuff of. We went to an arcade there, and that was really fun. And they were having this random street fair, and I bought this really cool necklace at it. Here. Many of you know that I love and collect keys. Well, the cool thing about this is that guy had a whole bunch of antique trinkets and keys and stuff, and this key was sitting there, and I don't have one like this, and I've wanted one because it has the loops at the top. In case you don't, it has the loops at the top, which I really wanted one like that, and it's just different from anything I had. But I know that keys with more intricate tops are usually more expensive, so I asked him how much it was, and he said, oh, you know, because they were priced from 5 to 12, well, 5 to 1200 yen, but that's about 5 to 12 bucks. And you know, I asked him how much this one was, and it was the only one like it, so I assumed that was the $12 one, and I was correct. And I was like, yeah, I just can't do that. I'm not going to spend that on myself. So then he was like, he could tell that I really wanted it. So he said, well, you can have it for 8. So I was like, for 8? Okay, I'll take it. But then he had these necklaces that were really awesome. They had keys on them, and I really liked the concept of the necklace, but I didn't like the keys that were on it, and I said so. So he took one of the necklaces apart and put my key that I bought on it and did it free of charge. So I got this really cool necklace with this key that I really wanted. I'm showing it again, even though I've already shown it to you. I don't know why, but I'm just going to keep doing it now. It's got this cool clasp that I can add whatever I want. Oh god, I have no depth perception. I can add whatever I want, and it's just awesome. So I got the whole necklace for $8, which I would have paid for probably more than that in the States anyway. So, and it was like the first thing I bought when I went to the Tokyo area, so that was exciting. Then after Akihabara, we went to, or Akihabara, small nuance there, we went to Tokyo. And first in Tokyo we went to the Ginza district, and there was like just so many people. It was awesome. I actually took a video, and I already posted it, of people at a crosswalk in the Ginza area, and it was hilarious because there were these like people just barely making it back to the sidewalks on time every single time they did it, and they were just like running, and then the guy comes over and makes the announcement like, dude, there's cars coming, so get out of the way. And it was, I don't know, it was funny to me. But we saw all kinds of things that were awesome. Oh, backtrack back to Akihabara. There was a duty-free shop, and at it I bought my very first item of Vivienne Westwood. There's the sticker. Oh, there's the logo. It's a scarf. I love scarves and bandanas, as many of you also know. And it was at the funny thing about it was at the duty-free shop, and it was kind of insulting, but also kind of cool at the same time. When we went to go check out, they asked us for our passports. So we have like our passport cards that they gave us when we had to sign in at the, like, I don't know, the city office here, when we had to like become a citizen so we could go to school here. And then they were like, yeah, this card means you're a citizen, so you still have to pay duties, is that okay? So it was kind of sucked a little that we had to pay the taxes on it, but it was only like 60 cents. But it was like even cooler though that like we had to pay them because we're citizens, so I thought that was cool. Anyway, I'm a loser, guess what? So yeah, now back in Tokyo again. So we did that, and it was awesome. I finally ate at Mouse Burger. However, everyone was saying, oh yeah, it's just like a real burger, blah blah. It's not. It's still not a real burger. I don't think they have them in restaurants here, so I'm just gonna have to make my own. It was still the, I don't think I've talked about this before, so I'm actually gonna tell you now to make this make more sense. All the burgers here, like, they have two things. They have a hamburg and a hamburger here. The hamburg is what they put on hamburger, only there's no bun. They just serve it on a plate, and they'll put some like sauce on it, and you eat it like steak. But it tastes like meatloaf, which is not so bad if you like meatloaf. But then when they have the hamburger, it's like the same thing. It's meatloaf on a bun. It's not a hamburger at all. Like, I don't know where they got this idea that that's what a hamburger was, but it's not. I'm really gonna go over on my time on this video, so I'm gonna make another one after this, just to explain this whole trip. But anyway, I'm gonna continue right now.